episode of Nightmares and News, where we pride ourselves on bringing you spooky updates on all things horror and the latest in horror news. Make sure to follow so you don't miss an update from the Horror Burrito, because today we talk Warner Bros. Reportedly developing an international Nightmare on Elm Street movie with Lee Cronin. Last November, Robert Englund had shared his thoughts on why there hasn't been any movement on a Nightmare on Elm Street franchise in the past 16 years. Englund told Indiewire at the time to quote, "There are so many people involved who have a piece of the action. When Wes passed away, he left an awful lot of rights to his estate," Englund explained, "between character titles and names and plot and things like that. New Line Cinema obviously has a big hand in it, and much of that was surrendered to Ted Turner, then went to Warner Bros. So Warner Bros. Has a huge piece of it." We bring this up because Englund was spot on, and things have only gotten more interesting since he made those comments last year. We have recently learned that Paramount has joined forces with the Craven estate to make a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie based on Wes Craven's original screenplay for the original movie. But here's where things get real interesting. While the Craven estate has the domestic rights to Craven's original Elm Street screenplay, Warner Bros. / New Line actually retains the international rights to A Nightmare on Elm Street. And Puck News reports recently that Warner Bros. Is actively developing their own Nightmare on Elm Street movie to compete with the announced Paramount project. Of course, what's particularly interesting about this whole mess is that Paramount is actively attempting to buy Warner Bros., a sale which has been delayed until at least next year. So what we have here is a situation where Paramount is attempting to make one Nightmare on Elm Street movie for the domestic market, while Warner Bros. Is attempting to make an entirely different Nightmare on Elm Street film project for the international market. The obvious solution here is both entities to work with one another and bring all the rights together to make one proper Elm Street movie that can play in both markets, which could very well end up being the case if Paramount Warner Bros. Discovery merger does end up taking place later next year. And that's all the news I have for you today, my lovely fiends. Stay spooky, keep those claws sharp, and consume more souls of the living. If you enjoyed today's kind of content, maybe consider clicking some of those buttons. Like, comment, share, subscribe are all fantastic ways to make sure I can bring you more news on the daily. No matter what you do, just know I appreciate your viewership, and I'll scare you in the next one.